security guard Victor Brown has been charged with first-degree murder. The man who shot him is still on the loose.
I don't want to talk bad about security guards, but this was a fuck up. Security Guard News, I'm Jay Gutierrez. This is the Advancing Security Guard channel on YouTube. Let me read part of this news article from blockclubchicago.org. Bronzeville liquor store security guard charged with murder after grandmother killed in crossfire. Police said the man fired shots down 35th Street Tuesday night, aiming at a man who had shot him. Instead, he killed Bobbye Johnson, 55, who was walking down the street. All right, guys, this clip comes from chicago.cbslocal.com.
That security guard Victor Brown in the black vest on the right, getting in the man's face and throwing his fists up. A moment later, the man shoots through the pocket of his coat. Brown goes down and the shooter runs off. Brown gets to his knees and fires what prosecutors say were blanks from a starter pistol. Watch as Brown reaches for another gun prosecutors say was real and firing at least 20 shots down a busy 35th Street. Prosecutors say 55-year-old Bobbye Johnson was about 4 blocks away when she was struck by a stray bullet.
Here are my thoughts about this situation. You have the security guard named Victor Brown. He is outside of the building of where he's protecting. Now, I don't know what his policies are and the extent of the protection he has with his security guard agency named Bounty Task Force, if I'm not mistaken, and that liquor store. I find it very weird that he would shoot 20 shots and with one arm, because the recoil, the distance in which that person was after he was able to pull off his firearm. And even if he hit him, this guy was running away. Like, I don't understand what his thought process was, but lots of times, you know, we do things through adrenaline, through anger, and then lack of training. This is why I constantly blame the security guard industry. It's because there's no training. There's no freaking training. But I'm surprised he only hit one person, 20 shots fired in Chicago. That's wild to me. The distance between him and the person he was shooting at was already a block. It's hard enough for some people under regular situations to shoot at something that's 10 feet, 15 feet away. You know, that's the equivalent of like 3 to 5 meters away. With 2 hands on their firearm. This guy was using one hand. That's wild. That's very wild.
I called 911.
A longtime employee of Woods Food and Liquor says she called for help about 15 minutes before the shooting.
I said, I need you guys to get here because I don't know what they're going to do next. I said, they have their hands in their pocket. I don't know. And so I said, the guns are going to come next.
The purpose of security is to be the first to respond. The first to respond to emergencies, the first to de-escalate and do all that stuff. This is a big problem we have in security. Security that get a little too aggressive. Security that don't understand their policy and state laws. Like, yo, the people, security that's lacking training. Combatives, man. Combatives is so important, you know. And mastering the soft skills. The soft skills of a quick smile, conversation, de-escalating. This guy, apparently their argument started within the liquor store and then it went outside. This guy was armed while they were in the liquor store, most likely, right? The guy who shot Brown. And then the guy's outside. Why are you following this guy outside?
The liquor store owner says he and the 2 businesses next door began using the security company Bounty Task Force in mid-January. The owner of that company told CBS 2 Thursday they did conduct a background check on Victor Brown, but did not know he had a criminal record, which includes domestic battery and armed robbery. The liquor store owner says the way that Brown shot was wrong, but he believes liability falls on the security company who hired him.
His record, they should run his record, not me. The company responsible for everything that happened. I mean, if you hire a wrong guy, like me, like I'm a liquor store owner. If I hire a minor selling liquor, it's my mistake. But it's their mistake for hiring this guy.
Brown did not appear in court this morning because he's still in the hospital, and the judge set his bail at $1 million.
Who's to blame? Is it the security guard agency for hiring him? Is it the liquor store for having him as an employee there? Here's the thing, that there's liability, and you have to think about that. Who's really to blame? I think, again, I don't have all the facts, but normally when you work in a specific post indoors, the threshold of that building, past that threshold, you have no authority. You have no protection from your client. From your client or your employer. So I'm not sure what this guy's thought process was. And the fact you see in the video, he was raising his hands towards this guy. You know what I find really funny? I'm thinking about buying a pocket pistol, and this guy shoots through his jacket. He shot him in the leg through his jacket. That's why you can't play games when you're security. You have to be the bigger person and just walk away. And I understand sometimes you have to be intimidating in certain areas. You have to do that. Now, or maybe that's like the go-to, not that you have to, maybe that's the go-to technique people use. I don't want to talk bad about security guards, but this was a fuck up. This was a fuck up, and the purpose of my videos are not meant to talk down on guards, but damn, man, we have a civilian who died because of this security guard's fuck up. You don't shoot somebody from behind. That's the rules. We all know that. Criminals don't use rules, first of all. Security guards have rules, just like law enforcement. And we only have so much protection, and you got to play by the rules. The way you enforce things, the policies or whatever it is that your SOP is based on a set of rules. Once it goes out of that box, the security guard is 100% liable for everything that's going on. So the way I'm seeing it, his charges are not wrong. They're not wrong. They're not wrong. Guys, I hope you got something out of this. It's sad, the situation. I hate talking bad about security guards, but this was messed up. This was messed up. And I waited a couple of days before I reported this because things change. You learn things over time. But after replaying these things over and over again, the security guard didn't do a good job on this one. Sometimes we're going to get wins. Sometimes we're going to get lost. Sometimes, and I know this is not a sport. I know security is not a sport, but I have to generate some numbers. I have to let you guys know the reality of the job because nobody else is going to tell you what's what. That's it, guys. Take care of yourself. Love yourself. Get some training. Wipe down your workstation. If you found value in this video, please press like. Leave a comment down below saying thank you for the algorithm. Subscribe if you haven't yet. Let's see if we can make it to 100 subs already. I'm like 70 videos in. All right, guys. Take care. Hola, que mucho. Ciao.